Speaking of the LinkedIn post, so the one that was most interesting to me, Donna, was the one about this VP of enablement who took all of these calls. Could you just share that story? Really interesting.
So, yeah, with this organization, they had a third party tool they were using to record calls. And one of the things that they were addressing is tool bloat. And so they were thinking, hey, could we do an agent that could actually do better than this third party tool? And so they looked at what their outcomes they were getting with it. And then we built an agent to say, hey, I would really like to get this more information out. And so what they did is that was how the project started. And then in extracting those calls, that is what led them to go, wait a minute. Like they started seeing patterns and understanding like, whoa, like talk time, when the rep started talking about features. And so they started looking at a lot of different patterns. And then it was this conversation of like six of us sitting around talking about how we're doing enablement is completely wrong. How we've been talking about, do we ever talk about how much a rep speaks versus what a C rep looks like, what an A rep looks like? We'll say things like listen more, but when you actually see the data and you see the A rep not talking as much and really asking such great questions that gets the buyer talking, you're like, that's what we need to double down on. Or, not talking about features until, 17 minutes into the call is a game changer. And so that is how the project started. But the actual aha moment was where we were all like, we're not doing enablement right. This is how we've been thinking about doing it. Hey guys, learn your products. Hey guys, do this. But yeah. So that is the post that I think everybody was like, wait a minute, we could start using AI agents to get this kind of information
Yeah.
was a big aha.
To that point, one of the things that I've been building internally in my day job, we've been playing around with agents. I'm in a POC right now with a few different solutions, and I started building out a prospect strategist where it takes, and I'm still developing it, but it takes the information about the person you're meeting with and the company, and it does a bunch of deep research, and it gives you like a summary of everything. But then what I'm training it on is some of our enablement material to say, what are the open-ended questions you should be asking? How should you be like digging in and doing that discovery? And I think to your point on like, what does an A player look like? The skill that gets them to like not bring up features till 17 minutes in is their ability to ask questions that lends to the prospect actually talking and like giving more information. Like when you boil it back from an enablement perspective, that feels like the skill that we can still hone, and you can build, well, we're testing it, but like trying to build agents that help replicate like what good discovery questions really look like specific to those prospect meetings.
Yeah,
One of the,
brilliant.
one of the biggest gaps I continue to see in a lot of these tools, and it's what you were able to do here, Donna, is compare actual data of how great the reps are. Are they hitting their targets? Are they hitting their quota? What does their
Yeah.
deal velocity look like? And then compare that to things they do in action. I think that's the one thing that I've always felt has been missing from a lot of these tech stack tools is great. It's great to know that
So what?
this percentage of reps are
Yeah.
doing this, but are they my good reps or are they my bad reps? And are they the ones that are they my B players that I think I can make to A players? Or are they reps that actually maybe need to be managed out of the business? So there's just all these different things that missing piece of data. I don't know why it's been so hard to mash that with what they're actually doing in the field, but that is the game changer right there.
Yeah.